In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create a randomly generated terrain, sort of like this example right here. Alright, so we'll start with a new thing. What we do first is we get all the sprites from Minecraft. This is all you need. And we create 3 objects. They don't have anything in them. Object stone, object dirt, and an object grass, and then an object generator. Now in this, we want to put variables I, J, K, L, M, and R. And then for I equals 0, I is less than room width, I goes up by 16. And the 16 is the width of each sprite, which is 16 pixels by 16 pixels. So now we want to do for J equals, we'll actually leave this part for later. We want to put R equals random floor 3, because if it was just random 3, then what would happen was it would do any value like 2.1, and we wanted whole values, and floor rounds it down 1 value. So we have that. Then we want to do K equals room height divided by 8 plus R times 16, and then we do L equals room height divided by 8 plus 16 plus choose 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times 16. And instance create I, K, object grass. And then we insert the for loop. Say for J equals K plus 16, K is less than L, J plus equals 16. And we want to put instance create I, J, object dirt. And then we want to close off this bracket. And then we want to put for M equals L. M is less than room height. M plus 16. Instance create I, M, object stone. Now I'll get to explaining what this code does, so I fix this quick. This goes here. Okay, so what this does is first we create all these variables. They can be called whatever you want. Now, so what you want first is the top layer. If you ever look at like Minecraft or anything, it's a grass layer. So what we do is first, this is what we want for the width. So every single time it adds 16, so we'll put a block every 16 pixels going left to right for the whole entire room. And now we're going to say this variable is a random generating from 1 to 4. It would be 0 to 3, but I put the plus 1 here, so it's always a whole number, and it's not 0. And then K, I just kind of picked the room height, 1/8 of it, so whatever your room height is, 1/8, which is pretty close to the top, and you don't want it to go too high. So we have that, and then plus R times 16. So that way it can rotate between 16 pixels down to 264 pixels down. And then we're going to say L is the same thing with the room height, but then plus 16, because what this is right now is it'll always be 16 pixels down or lower. And then this is going to be 16, and then it's going to be plus any one of these, which when you put this in, it'll always be lower than what R is. And then we're going to create I and K and then object grass. So this is the first layer. It will create it at the room height and then divided by 8 plus R times 16. That will always be the first layer. And what we're going to say is we're adding 16 to whatever K was at that specific point. So it's 1 unit down. And then K is less than L. So it's going to choose between these values of how many layers of dirt to create. And then we're going to add 16 to J. And then at that spot, it's going to create net object dirt. And then M, what M is M is L, which is the very bottom layer of dirt that's created. And then M is less than room height. And then add 16 to it. So then it'll be 1 layer lower, and then it'll go all the way to the bottom of the screen. So then it'll create everything in there. So now what we can do is create the room. Just put this anywhere in there. We're going to switch the room width, we'll just say 6,400 by 4,800. So you'll get, and then we need to put like a space to reset it. And what we're also going to do is say every step event. We're going to put X. It's going to be the mouse X, mouse Y, and then we're going to also say instance activate all, and width all. Never mind, we want to just say deactivate instance deactivate region, and it's going to be X view view, say view X view 0, view Y view 0, view W view, that means the right side of the view, that's what the W is. And then view H view 0, so that's the bottom of the screen. We want to say false because the inside is not activated, and we want to say it's not this object either. So that's what we put for that. We want to put little brackets here. Don't forget the parentheses. So this way it won't make it lag too badly. We want to enable the use of views, and then just make this like this: object following, object generator. Now we can play this. Might take a little bit of time to compile. Has to load everything. Okay, that size was way too big for my screen, so I need to put it down. So we're going to say 640, we're just going to double that. 40, we'll double that. Okay, well, my memory was screwing up, so now I'm going to create a really big room to show you how it goes. Now it shall be working fine. I'll just let it load now again. So there's a lot of area up here. I could fix that. You would have to switch what the room height is. But then down here you see here's all the grass terrain. It varies a little bit differently. Probably put in later like mountains, so you could put here's what it is. You see it goes all along. And then it's just stone all the way down here. So that'll be it. And the next one I'll work on making ore inside the stones. So goodbye.